Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the number 9... Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense takes the field. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Pollard.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Rebels will hustle to the line. Back to throw, it's Dart. It's complete to the right. Stopped after making the catch. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Lee. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Looking for a block. It's Anderson. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. The Tigers offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be peeking that way from the free safety position.
Yeah, he's been watching the film. This dude in the middle, man, he can light people up. So you can't tiptoe. You got to be aggressive and run in there. But this is a pretty interesting matchup today.
And I love safeties that make receivers think. Make them know they're going to be there over the middle of the field, and you better think twice about catching that football.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. It's caught downfield. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
It's a really nice play there. The thing about this guy, he forces the defense to have to stay disciplined. You just can't take a play on. He reminds me of an old LSU quarterback that I used to play against, Herb Tyler. He was a guy that could hurt you throwing the ball, but he was also shifty and he could extend plays. We had a great defense at Florida, full of NFL dudes, but he just never let you feel comfortable because of his athleticism and his dynamic ability. This guy has a little bit of that too.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the first down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
Back to throw. It's Nussmeier getting some heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown. Going for it all. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have two. They've got three DBs, three corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo. Leaves it with the back. Gets a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Wants to go up top. Grab behind the line. It's Lee. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Rebels will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. And now the offense will come onto the field again. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win in David.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. Going for the big play. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage.
And defense. Don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Man, I beg to differ.
Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. He'll try to take it back. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Dropping back, it's Collins. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Snags it on the right. Oh, look out! And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defense all year long.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it out. It's White. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. Power football with the run. Discards a man. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. The Rebels are in the hurry-up. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Pollack.
Yeah, it's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
Running with power. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. They'd hoped to get him in space, create running room, and there just wasn't anything there.
I love the third down, aggressive, in-your-face defense, not giving you any room to run down the field. Great job by the defense. They saw the throw, the quick pass, reacted to it, got him on the ground for a loss.
Slips through the line. Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Pressure coming. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. A little screen to the running back. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short. It'll be fourth down. This offense gets into plus territory. They're going to go for it regardless of their field goal kicker's range. He uncorks one deep. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete as time has expired here in the first quarter. Absolutely nothing settled, deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. First down to start the drive after the break. He makes the catch. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. First and 10.
Well, on the RPO, bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
He's going to let it go. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Rebels. And once he got loose, it was all over. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Yeah, we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Tennessee has just had no answers today. Both sides of the ball look like all the smoggy smoke on Rocky Top has been in their eyes since kickoff. They're trailing by 14 to Florida. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Finds the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Trying to get to it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Give to the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
And the Tigers are stopped, but not before getting the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Goes to the option. Now the pitch. He locked up and held on to bring him down.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Throws to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger. That is swagger well earned after that one.
You go outside and you make plays. Like, listen, you have swag, you have confidence, and you usually get a little bit Lowry. So, like, listen, feed me the rock. So many great LSU receivers in the past, and it's because of that swag.
They're bringing heat. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. After that sack, the O-line better get its act cleaned up. Third down coming. Caught near the sticks. It's Daniels. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Just missed his man. Gave him just a little too much.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Here's the handoff. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
Coming after him. And he runs it all the way down to the 3-yard line before he's finally knocked down. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Handoff from the shotgun. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. Handoff from the gun. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. They want to get this defense on its heels. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Dart. Feeling some heat. Going to try to get it himself. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Makes the grab outside. It's Wells. And he's down after the short completion. He did not make it to the first down marker. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. The throw to the outside is complete. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to the air one more time. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Takes it the other way. He's inside the 40. Running inside the 20. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Tigers. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Makes the grab. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Trying to get rid of it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. 2nd down coming up. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Caught in the backfield. It's Parrish. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down and run. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Rebels with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Dart. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Lee. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Comes out throwing on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Working the middle, it's complete.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll immediately call timeout.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
You know, I think there's a lot of people in the stadium that were wondering, why are they going for it on 4th and 1 in their own end of the field? But the game...
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, LSU! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hands. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. We got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game, but we believe we can do it.
Yeah, you've already done it, so of course you're going to believe it. Keep playing fast, keep playing physical, and then tell your offense, hey, we need a little help over here. Can you help us out and put some points on the board?
He's showing you his skills on that last throw. This guy's got arm talent and accuracy, man. Some of it's not coachable. And I think back to Jamarcus Russell and Joe Burrow, 2 former Tiger quarterbacks that were the first overall pick in the NFL draft. They had some of that too. They just had a feel for the position that you simply couldn't coach at the college level. This guy, man, he's got some serious tools, and he really helps make this offense dangerous.
Now the toss. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown LSU. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And the Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. The Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The offense lining up for a first down play. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Scanning the field, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Daniels.
It's a nice job running the end route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Unloads it downfield. It's complete. A huge pickup. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
They're going to go right back to him on first down.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Looking for a man. It's Dart. Fires to the middle. Picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He's going to fire deep. It's complete. Touchdown, Tigers. And the stomping has commenced.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls and fires complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes 2nd down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. Still on his feet at the 45. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. And the Rebels look to keep this drive humming. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. To throw, it's Dart. Makes his connection. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. The offense knocking on the door, 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read. Touchdown, Rebels! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Parker. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. With the catch, it's Lacey. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. Quarterback will audible. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. They'll try the run. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
And that running back essentially just did everything right. Not only did he rip off a 9-yard run with the lead late in the game, but he stayed in bounds. He had the awareness that if I stay in bounds...
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket, and he comes away with the sack.
LSU will get a 1st down.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting 1st downs. To do that, you got to have balance. You can't always throw for it on 3rd down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how...
Going to take a shot at this DB. Able to make the catch, but not in the field of play. It's an incomplete pass. After misfiring, it's 2nd down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, fault.
He lets one fly deep. Got it. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And the beatdown has ensued. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to try to return this one. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Right through his hands and incomplete, and he'll want that one back. It'll be 3rd down. To the air, it's Dart. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Offense getting set for 1st down. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Lets it fly. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Offense set on 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Caught on the outside. It's Crease Corn.
I guess if you're going to get a 1-yard gain, at least it's kind of a highlight. Great body control, great job understanding how to keep a foot in bounds and give a little toe tap on the sidelines there.
Throws for the tight end. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take off. This senior quarterback never afraid to run it when he has to pick up a first down. And the Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Got a man, it's Lee. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Looking to move it through the air. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. It's complete. Hits the accelerator to the right. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
And everybody's got different philosophies. Some people kick onside every single time. You go for the big play, try to create some momentum for your team, but they failed. A nice job covering the kick, seeing the football off the kicker's foot, securing it, getting on the ground.
And they got him for the sack.
Nice sack by the defense. Great job getting to him, getting him on the ground. That's the 4th sack of the day. This defense have had some bright moments, but they've also given up some big plays. Keep rushing the quarterback, but keep that coverage intact in the back end.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold it. Open.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. On 4th and 11, they decide to go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete. First down here for the offense. Looking for a man. It's Dart. Makes the grab down the middle. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Trying to find his man on first down. He wants a big play here late. Smashes ahead. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Got rid of it just in time. And that one's going to be over everybody's head and incomplete. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They want to just keep throwing it. Just threw that one way too far.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film.
And he's got it! Touchdown, Rebels!
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. To the air, it's Nussmeier. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their sixth straight win. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. That's caught. It's Parrish. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's his fourth interception of the night. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception. And they're just about out of chances. The defense can stop it one more time as the quarterback takes a knee. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.